Good morning. Good morning from sunny Florida. It is sunny and beautiful here. And my thought today or this weekend is why not just I? Now, before you get offended or argue with me, which many of you might, and I'm certainly not trying to create a debate, I was just thinking yesterday, I accidentally went on a 21-mile bike ride, which I'm not really in shape to do that, but I'm kind of glad we did, but it was super hard. But anyway, on that bike ride, I was thinking about I. And I'm going to speak on this message about everything we're not supposed to talk about. I'm going to talk about politics and sex and religion and workplace cultures. And so on that ride, I was thinking, why not just I? Why not just I? And let me explain. So let's talk about politics first. One of those things that people love to argue about, and I really am disinterested in. Though, as I was riding, I was thinking, again, my liberal friends think I'm too conservative. My conservative friends think I'm too liberal. So this is what I was thinking. Why not I? Now, I'm not telling you all to vote independently, but I'm asking you, encouraging you to be independently minded, meaning that you find the right, that you elect the right that you vote for the right candidate that fits your values, and values can change throughout life, and values one might become more important than others throughout time. So I'm not saying be an independent or be a Democrat or be a Republican. I'm just saying I stands for independent thought, right? Like be independent, right? And then let's move on to religion, right? Like everything to me, everything that we think about religion that divides us is not of faith. So whether you're Jewish or Muslim or Christian or Mormon or whatever, there's 1,000 religions, Hindu, I guess, another religion, a lot of religions out there I don't know. But I was like, why not be I? I is inclusive. I is just inclusive. So when we used to live in Minnesota, I loved to have people over. And I know I probably freaked my husband out with this, but we would talk about, and I would invite my Bible study friends, my neighbor friends, my friends that love to go out and party, my Muslim friends, my Christian friends, my Jewish friends, my older friends, my young friends, my friends that love someone different than someone else, my friends that were single, that were married, that were dating, whatever it was, my friends that were all different colors, whatever colors you identify as. I identify as tan, but if it's black or white or yellow or green, it didn't matter what you looked like. It didn't matter who you loved. It didn't matter what you worshiped, even. And one of my dearest Muslim friends, well, I actually had two really great Muslim men in my life that I talked to a lot. And they'd always say, we love talking with you, Annie, because you're a strong Christian and you don't hide, you're not ashamed of your faith. You talk openly about Jesus and faith, but you don't judge other people. You love people that are Jewish, that are Muslim. And when you ask, you don't ask to judge, you ask to understand. And especially one of my friends, I would see him quite often, and he would say, I love the questions you ask because you really want to learn and understand what do we value about women and not assume and create a prejudice. And so I was thinking about religion and how if we're it means we're we are an individual in our own beliefs, but we also can love people with different beliefs and different values. And then I started thinking about sex. And I know this might offend people, so please don't yell at me, but I don't even know what the letters are anymore. I know it was LGBTQ, and my husband said, what's the Q? And we're like, who do you call that to, or who do you not? Or why do some people find it offensive or some people not? But why not just be I? Because I is about inclusiveness. Why do we need all these different letters to identify ourselves? And then I start thinking about DEI, which again, I have a lot of speaker friends that speak on DEI. And I think there's another letter to it too, which I don't know. And I apologize. And I'm sure I could figure it out. But why can't we just be I? Why does it have to be diversity, equity, and inclusion? Why not just be inclusion? If we were people of inclusion, it really wouldn't matter whatever your thing is, if we were just people of inclusion. Then I start thinking about the workplace and how a lot of times when I'm being interviewed to speak at places, people will say, we need someone on generational differences because these young people today, no. Why not be inclusive? Doesn't matter if you're getting ready to retire or you're brand new or you're straight out of college or you didn't go to college. If we were inclusive minded, we wouldn't segregate by how old you are. We wouldn't segregate by your race. We wouldn't segregate by who you love or what you love or who you worship. And so for me, I do a lot of work with workplace cultures, and I was thinking, it really all just comes down to I. It just comes down to I. If we were just I, then it would encompass any religion, any political belief, any sexual belief, any who you love or how you love or whatever. But then I was listening to worship this morning, and he was talking about apostolic, oh, dang it, apostolic kindness. And he was saying, he saw a sign and it said, a bumper sticker, and it said, "My religion is kindness." And then it said, "Nuke the homophobes." And my heart just breaks over this because I have so many friends and so many connections with so many different beliefs. And they will passionately tell me how they believe and how who they are and they deserve to be loved. And then they will also passionately, in the same paragraph, tell me who they hate and how those people are so wrong because they judge them. How are any of us right if we are deciding that our belief is better than someone else's, and that if you don't believe like I do, I get to hate you? Hatred is never the answer. Why can't we just be I, where we are inclusive, period? We include all people. We love all people. We don't have to segregate by religion, by belief, by whatever. And I just finished watching so far The Chosen. And I think whether you have a faith, Jesus or not, or have a faith or not, you should watch it. First of all, it's fascinating. It's history. But second of all, I want to say we are just idiots, and that's not very nice, but there's another I, idiots, right? But we're so naive. Like these disciples that are walking side by side with Jesus, like they are just dingbats. Okay, that's the word I'm going to use, dingbats. And I've been studying the Gospels for 25 years. I've been doing Bible study and I love it. I didn't love history growing up, and now I love history so much. So even if you just read it from the historical perspective, whatever your beliefs are, it's quite fascinating and tragic. I mean, such violence, even though we have lots of violence in our world today, such violence there. But over and over, these disciples want to get angry and they want to, like, what about them? They're not Jews, or they're the Romans, or can't we hate them, or can we go beat up them? And it's just kind of, I don't know, maybe it's not funny to you, but to me it's super funny is that Jesus keeps saying, nope, nope, we're not going to beat up them. Yeah, but what about, nope, not them. Well, what about, and what I believe, and I hope you join me in this belief, and I'll explain a little more in a minute, but what I believe is anything that creates division between you and another person, a family member, a friend, a coworker, a neighbor, anything that makes me, my pride, my ego decide I am better than you. My beliefs are better than yours. My love is better than yours. The color of my skin is better than yours. Anything that gives me pride and ego is not how we were created to be. We were created for connection and community. And in saying that, what I want you to think about is that, is your politics dividing you? Is your religion dividing you? Is the color of your skin dividing you? Is who you love dividing you? And even if you think, yeah, but I'm right and those people are horrible that hate me. No, neither is right. People that hate you aren't right, but you're not right for hating them back. Like that's the key to this life, is connection and community and acceptance. I don't have to agree with you. I don't know that I disagree with you because I don't even agree with myself half the time. But that's what we're created for: connection, community, conversations around our differences. And the most beautiful people, the people I want to know, I want to lock arm in arm with, are the people that love the people that don't love them back. I feel like I've had a lifetime in lessons of learning to love people that don't love me back, learning to accept people that don't accept me, learning to be kind to people that judge me, learning to encourage people that reject me, learning to pray for people that don't think I fit or I'm worthy. Trust me, I have years of it. But I think from that, it has taught me all sorts of things divide us. People judge me a lot for a lot of things: growing up poor, being a single mom, having unplanned pregnancies, placing a child for adoption, um, not getting married, things that other people were like, oh, you have to do this. Oh, well. And when Christian people do it, when religious people do it, it is fascinating to my brain. Like, I'm like, do you understand that that's exactly the problem when we start to think we're better than other people? And so I recently watched the movie The Jesus Revolution, and it's fascinating because it's based on a true story, and it's a conservative small church that's dying, that doesn't want these hippie love people from the 60s to join their church. But honestly, those are the people that saved their church, because many people leave because they think they're not worthy. Just like in The Chosen, people will decide you can't be barefoot. You have to be this. You have to have this kind of wealth. If you go to church and clean yourself up every Sunday and walk out of that door and judge other people, you have missed the point. So I just wish, why not I? And I would love in your comments if you could help me. What's the difference between all the letters that we talk about sexuality or all the letters that we talk about diversity and inclusion? Why can't we just be inclusion? Because let me tell you something about me. If you know me, you're invited. If you know me, whether you look different, love different, think different, worship different, you're still invited. Like, I know that God is a God of inclusion. God is a God of love. And I don't have to worry about judging anyone else's life because my plate is so full with things I can judge for myself. And I think that's why I dream, I visualize, I believe someday I'm going to create this pineapple person movement. And there's going to be millions of people all over the world that say, I'm a pineapple person. Because what it's really about is valuing yourself and being kind to yourself. But then once you get that and get that day after day after day, because we forget, then I want you to look up and value other people and see other people and be sweet and kind to other people. And I don't care. You might think you are right because you are a Democrat, and you are right because you are a Republican, and you are right because you're independent, and you are waving your flag about this and about that. But if your flag you think is more important than someone else's, well, then you miss the mark. And if you're saying we're diversity and inclusion, we only care about X, Y, and Z, but you forget to just include everybody and don't hate the people that hate you. Love them, be kind to them, educate them, show them that they're wrong. Don't tell them that they're wrong. Be the opposite of every judgment that they have about you. It's hard. It is challenging to do, especially when we are tired and weary. And I'm not saying it's your job or your job. It's all of our jobs. It's all of our jobs to do that. And when we think about workplace culture and we say, well, it's the young people. Nope, it's the old people. Nope, it's these. No, it's all of us accepting without judgment, without label, without stigma, how to be inclusive. How to be inclusive. And the next time you're going to have a neighborhood get together, or the next time you're going to have a party, don't just invite all the people that are alike. I was part of a Bible study, and at one they said, we only want Christian, married, never divorced people in our group. What? What? Who do you think? Why do you think you're better? What if you surround your kids with everybody? What if you surround yourself with everybody? A light does not shine bright in a bright room. It shines bright in a dark room. The light, the privilege that you have to light someone's path that's different than you, that thinks that's different than you, believes different than you. I'm part of a number of organizations. Sometimes they get so caught up in the political, the religious, or the sexuality of other people that they lose the point of why the association was created in the first place. And I don't want to be part of that. I want to be part of just inclusion. Why not just I? Inclusion, period. And whatever makes you different from me, maybe you're tall, maybe you got married younger, maybe you're better looking, maybe you're thinner, whatever your story is, maybe your skin's a better color, maybe you have more money, whatever your story is, what if you just included and loved people? What if? So this Sunday morning, I would love for you to explain to me in a way that makes sense to me. Why not just I? Because for me, diversity, it's all of them are just about inclusion. Whatever it is that you use as your label to divide you, to decide you're better or different than me, I don't see it. I don't want to see it. You can argue with me. You can tell me I'm wrong. I have friends of every background, every walk of life, every demographic, every color, every belief. And I do my best to love them all equally every day. And I hope and pray you will join me in that, because division is not how we create a loving and whole world. You thinking you're better because you hate people that think like this and they don't think like that. Neither one is right, right? What if you're kind to them and they're kind to you? Just I. Inclusion in all you do, in all you think, in your workplace, in your home, in your get togethers. I know that many are very comfortable. You've had your same friends since kindergarten, and you get together, and those are your friends, and you never even notice the people on the perimeter. But what if you did? What if this week you decided to be inclusive instead of exclusive, inclusive instead of divided, a pineapple person instead of a prickly person? What about that? I'm Annie Meehan from sunny Florida saying, don't look for what doesn't work. Some people, don't you hate Florida? It's all conservatives. Don't you hate Florida? It's too hot. Don't you? I love Florida. I've always loved Florida. It's sunny and warm and there's an ocean and it makes me happy. And I get to be here and be love. And I would much rather be love in the world and look for the good and be part of the good than look for everything wrong. You will find it. You will definitely find things to be angry and hate if you so choose. But what if you don't? What if you look for things to love and people to love and look for what's the same about you and not what's different? Because trust me, I meet lots and lots of people and you're all a lot more similar than you think, even with the people that you want to be different than. All right. God bless. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I hope you remember we need less letters, less division, less religion, and more love. Go be love. Be a pineapple person. Goodbye. I forget how to stop this always.